There are more than 125 plus heroes in Mobile Legends, and knowing all of their unique passive is not an easy task. I know with all the new recent addition in the game, your brain must not be braining. However, my friend, it is crucial to understand them in order to counter or strategize their passive effectively. So what's the wait for?
Just do it!
Hi guys, Kazuki here, and in this video we will discuss and break down the passive of all the 25 new additions in Mobile Legends so that you can strategize like a pro. You might be thinking, why just 25? Well, there are 125 heroes and breaking all of them would take forever. So if you want the breakdown of other heroes too, then make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification so that you won't miss any of the upcoming videos.
Okay.
The first hero we have is the latest addition to the ML, Julian. And her passive is called Crimson Butterflies. Julian's unique passive ability transforms the mana expended during the channeling of her second skill, Lantern Flare, into 20 Crimson Butterflies. After stopping the channeling action, these Crimson Butterflies begin to gradually replenish her mana, with each stake restoring 3% of her maximum mana. And this doesn't scale with her level. However, it is advisable to go with basic common emblem and try to build demon boots. A dedicated video explaining her skill set and mechanics is already out, so make sure to watch it if you want to know more about her. The next hero we have for you is our Q-Time Slacker Chip with his passive Yummy Yummy. The new addition to Mlbb has been a nuisance in the Land of Dawn, but his passive sure looks cute. When out of combat, Chip takes out a bag of chip from the portal and starts eating once every 2 seconds, regenerating HP up to 300 plus 15% of lost HP, and he has a cooldown of 5 seconds before eating another bag of chip. The bite count will be saved if he enters combat and will resume where it left off. So if you see this Foxy in opposite side, I suggest don't let him slack off.
This is cutting into my nap time.
Moving on, we have CC with her passive Performance Delight. I know you must have seen her a lot in ranked matches, either getting banned or picked.
Let's hear from the crowd.
That's because of her overpowered passive. When dealing damage to heroes, minions or creeps, CC gains a stack of delights that increases her movement speed by 0.75% and spell vamp by 0.75% per stack up to 10 times, which lasts for 3 seconds. When the stack is full, her effects will be doubled, meaning more spell vamp and movement speed. So when playing her, make sure you keep an eye on the timer and maintain your state. The next hero we have is our Layla's date. Daddy Nolan with his passive Dimensional Rift. Nolan's skills will leave a rift on the ground that pulls enemies to the center and explodes when the rifts come in contact with each other, dealing 220 physical damage plus 140% physical attack after a short delay. If Nolan doesn't deal or take damage for 5 seconds, he enhances his next basic attack to dash to the target, dealing physical damage and leaving a rift. So when facing against Nolan, if you see his weapon glowing, then it means his passive is active. So the best option here is to retreat, or he can dash your life away. The next hero from Euroratio we have is Ixia. Her passive is called Siphon Stallion. When Ixia hits an enemy with a basic attack and skills, she applies a stack of Stallium Charge to enemies on hit. After 2 stacks of Stallium Charge, the attack will be replaced with Siphon Stallion, dealing additional physical damage and lifesteal to the target. So in short, damage dealt is equal to HP recovery. Her passive shines the most when she is using her ultimate, especially when all the enemies are caught inside. Up next, we have Lancelot's brother Arlot, and I think you have guessed what his passive Demon Gaze does. But if not, let me explain.
Okay.
When hit by any CC effect, Arlot will mark enemy units near him for 8 seconds, which can be used by his second skill to dash towards them. The eye will also automatically mark a nearby enemy hero in vision, lasting for another 8 seconds. When you dash on the marked target, his second skill gets reset, so be wise and use the skills properly. Moving on, we have Novaria with her passive Star Trail. Her passive is not that difficult to understand. When Novaria summons astral spears, she will slow down the nearby enemy by 20% and will grant vision on them. So when playing her, try to hit the enemy with your first or second skill, and when facing against her, try to avoid them.
By the will of the stars.
Up next is our cute little Leonian, Joy. She is called Hum, Joy is angry. When Joy casts her skill on non-minion enemy, she what so-called becomes angry, which increases her movement speed by 60% and decays over 4 seconds. This also includes Leonin Crystal on her first skill, which when hit, grants a movement speed effect and her basic attack will deal 65 magic damage. So when she casts her skill, you can see this rhythmic beat which has a short cooldown for each target. Continuing, we got Daddy Fredrin. Now this is a hero you won't see much in lower ranks because of his complexity. But as you climb higher, you will see players either picking or banning it. So let's understand what his passive Crystalline Armor does. When hitting non-minion enemies, our Daddy Fredrin gains 1 combo point that lasts for 5 seconds. His ultimate posts different number of combos points at different levels. He stores damage received as crystal energy which decays over 5 seconds. And the stored crystal energy can be converted into HP by dealing damage. With combo points resetting the decay timer, when he gains 4 combo points, he unlocks his ultimate and bonk with all the damage you dealt him. By the way, if you want to see me bonking enemies with Daddy Fredrin, then you can check this video out. Up next, we have series of heroes from the 4-second light, starting with Megumi. I mean Julian with his passive Smith's Legacy. After casting any 2 skills, his passive enhances the 3rd skill. Casting the enhanced skill can make all the other skills go on a 9 to 6 seconds cooldown depending on the level. Casting the enhanced skill empowers the subsequent basic attack, pulling the targets towards him. Julian also gains 15% extra hybrid lifesteal for 5 seconds each time he hits an enemy with his skills. The next 4-second hero is Xavier, and his passive is called Transcendence. Our Mr. Satoru enhances his subsequent skills each time his skill hits an enemy hero, and it can seen on top of his head. These are 3 stages for this. In stage 1, his movement speed is increased by 50%.
Crumble into dust.
In stage 2, the width of his skills increases greatly.
Come closer.
At stage 3, the cooldown of the other skills reduces and this lasts for 5 seconds.
Higher ups.
My suggestion here would be to use ultimate after sticking up from his other skills. The other member from the JJK series, Crab Moontoon, I mean the 4-second series, is Malissa. Her passive is called Dollbuster, and it's pretty simple. Malissa deals 125% damage to minions, creeps, and summons units like Vexana's ultimate, Sun's clone, and many more. Yup, that's nothing extra. And for the last 4-second fighter, we have Yin with his passive, Leave It To Me. When there are no allied heroes around, Yin's damage is increased by 120% and he gains 8% spell ramp. A perfect hero for those people who ate pineapples and pizza because no one wants to be around you. Let's keep moving. Next we got Fredrin. Her passive due is basically an extra piece of equipment. When she is equipped with it, her attributes are increased by a small amount But when she shares the Flower of Hope with an allied hero, they will receive a 150 shield of plus 80% magic power each time they are healed by Florin. The lantern can be shared at the beginning of the game or after leaving combat for 5 seconds. This has a cooldown of 30 seconds before passing on to other heroes. And remember, you can't sell it for the extra gold. So when you are playing Florin, share your lantern to the hyper or the damage dealer of your team. The next support we have is Edith with their passive Overload. After casting a skill, Edith and Phylex's basic attacks within 3 seconds will trigger Chain Lightning, dealing extra magic damage equaling 30% total magic power plus 4% of the target's maximum HP. The same goes for her ultimate as well. Her passive is extremely helpful when in a team fight. Let's quickly move to the House of Pexley. The first hero we have is Valentina. Just like her unique ultimate, Valentina also possesses a unique passive Primal Force. She gains an extra 8 to 50 EXP each time she deals damage to an enemy hero and restores some HP based on the damage rate, provided the enemy hero's level isn't higher than Valentina's. The passive has a cooldown of 2 seconds. The other member of the House of Pexley is Aman. He also possesses a unique passive Invisible Armor. His passive ability allows him to become invisible every time he hits an enemy with a skill, making him untargetable while he recovers some HP and speeds up significantly for a short time. Yes, the invisible state is actually his passive, not his skills. Upon exiting this state, Aman gets a quick chance to attack with enhanced damage. And if he chooses to leave this state by taking, then the first take hits even harder. Additionally, these enhanced attacks help reduce his other skills' cooldown, letting him use his abilities more frequently. What's interesting is his basic attack deals damage to the nearby enemy as well. Moving on, we got Allas with his passive is called Fighting Spirit. The old man gains a stack of Fighting Spirit on his X each second for around 3 seconds after dealing damage to an enemy, which is stackable up to 4 stacks. Each stack provides 3 to 12 extra physical attack and 1 to 4 physical penetration. Additionally, at maximum stacks, Allas gains 10% extra movement speed and 27 to 125 basic attack damage. So the longer he is in the fight, the more damage he deals. Next is our time traveler Nathan with his passive Theory of Everything. Nathan gains a stack of Entanglement whenever he or his reverse clone hits an enemy with a skill maximum up to 6 stacks. Each stack lasts for 5 seconds and provides 7.5% to 15% of extra attack speed and 7.5% movement speed. His basic attacks projectile return to him after reaching the maximum range, dealing additional magic damage to enemies along the way. Additionally, Nathan converts 100% of his physical lifesteal to magic lifesteal. Next is the nightmare of every 1-1 mains. Yes, you guessed it right, Phobus with his passive Demonic Intuition. He is exceptionally sensitive to fast-moving prey, meaning when an enemy hero uses blink or charge skills within 8 units of range of all the Phobus skills cooldown or charge time are reduced by 1 second, enabling his ultimate. Make sure you win this guy before picking 1-1 or any other blink hero. Speaking of marksmen, next we have Beatrix, and of course with her passive Masterful Gunner. Beatrix carries 4 weapons with her of truly awe-inspiring firepower. Yes, this was written in the description. Her passive allows her to switch 4 different types of weapons, namely Renner, Nibiru, Wesker and Bayonet, out of which any 2 can be used at a time. Next we got Sticky Monster Glue. Stick is his passive name. When enemies are hit by Glow's skill, they gain the stake of Sticky, reducing their movement speed by 6% for 6 seconds. The effect can stake up to 5 times. Each stake also reduces the damage they deal to Glow by 8%. Yes, now that you know how annoying Glow can be, go on and spam this Sticky hero. Up next is our boxer Pakito with Champ Stance. After every 3 skill cast, Pakito enters the Champ Stance, gaining an enhanced skill and ignoring his current cooldown. He also gains a movement speed of 60% that decays over 1.8 seconds after casting the enhanced skill. So when facing against Pakito, if you see his ends going, then better make a run, as he can one-shot when in Champ Stance. Moving on, we got Matilda Airline, and her passive is called Ancestral Guidance. After moving a certain distance, her basic attack will be enhanced, dealing some extra damage and granting extra movement speed on the next hit. The stack can be filled using her second skill and ultimate as well. She is perfect for those heroes who likes to keep their joystick busy. And for the last hero, we have Alien Mommy Eve with a passive Galactic Power. Eve gains a stake of her passive each time she hits an enemy hero with the first or second skill, then this can be staked up to 10 times. The stake allows her to launch extra attack when using her ultimate and also increases the amount of shield gained. So the best advice I can give you if you try to land your first and second skill before directly ulting your enemy. As said earlier, there are a lot of heroes and covering them all is not possible in a single video. If you show love to this video, I will bring another part explaining the rest of the hero's passive. I hope you found this video informative, apply this knowledge in the game and smash your enemies. So that will be all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Keep supporting Kazuki Official.